So I'm being quite committed today. I'm actually out here in a little bit of rain. It looked so beautiful when I came out that I thought I'd just go ahead and do this. But I wanted to read a passage from Jane Goodall's writing today. Somebody sent me this morning, and it's fantastic. It says, in her younger years, Jane Goodall went to Tanzania and lived in the forests of Gombe to study the chimpanzees, and what she discovered about them changed our view of humanity. She wrote, "Lost in that beauty around me, I must have slipped into a state of heightened awareness. Self was utterly absent. I and the chimpanzees, the earth and the trees, the air seemed to merge, to become one with spirit, power of life itself. I became totally absorbed in this forest existence. It was an unparalleled period when aloneness was a way of life, a perfect opportunity, it might seem, for meditating on the meaning of existence and my role in it. But I was far too busy learning about the chimpanzees' lives to worry about the meaning of my own. All the time I was getting closer to the animals and nature, and as a result, closer to myself, and more in tune with the spiritual power I felt all around me. For those who have experienced the joy of being alone with nature, there is really little need for me to say much more. For those who have not, no words of mine can ever describe the powerful, almost mystical knowledge of beauty and eternity that come suddenly and all unexpected. The beauty was always there, but moments of true awareness are rare. They would come unannounced, perhaps when I was watching the pale flush of preceding dawn, or looking up through the rustling leaves or some giant forest tree into the greens and browns and the black shadows and the occasionally ensnared bright fleck of blue sky, or when I stood as darkness fell with one hand on the still warm trunk of a tree and looked at the sparkling of an early moon on the never still, softly sighing water of Lake Tanganyika. The longer I spent on my own, the more I became one with the magic forest world that was now my home. Inanimate objects developed their own identities, and like my favorite Saint Francis of Assisi, I named and greeted them as friends. "Good morning, Peak," I would say as I arrived there each morning. "Hello, stream," when I collected my water. "Oh, wind, for heaven's sake, calm down," as it howled overhead, ruining my chance of locating the chimps. In particular, I became intensely aware of the beingness of trees, the feel of rough sun-warmed bark of an ancient forest giant, or the cool, smooth skin of a young and eager sapling gave me a strange, intuitive sense of the sap as it was sucked up by unseen roots and drawn up to the very tips of the branches high overhead. In particular, I loved to sit in the forest when it was raining and to hear the pattering of drops on the leaves and to feel utterly enclosed in the dim twilight world of greens and browns and soft gray hair. Oh, what fun to discover the beloved. My deepest gratitude.